Why didn't you do it? The question that wrapped my mind as I laid my head down. What life did I miss out on? I was not the one who always knew they wanted to be a pilot. I never had a "the sky is calling me" moment. Helicopters came to me slowly and gently. My first introduction was with the show Man vs. Wild with Bear Grylls, the coolest name on the face of the planet. He was constantly getting dropped off in extremely remote locations in the most badass way possible. He would tuck his head as he ran up to the helicopter and would sit with his feet hanging off to the side. The ultimate dream of any young kid. That image stayed with me, but I had not made the connection to piloting quite yet. The next connection was when I was around 14. As a Boy Scout, we were doing a community event for the local hospital that was newly opening up. The helicopter that would be doing life-saving missions came and had a touch the helicopter event. Climbing through the inside, looking at all the gauges and controls was uber cool to me. It left me with a very sweet taste in my mouth when thinking of helicopters. In truth, I didn't believe I was smart enough to be a pilot. Growing up, you wouldn't look at me and think I was anything special, but you also wouldn't assume I was more dumb than any other kid. Internally, I felt that way. I would do my homework and I would put in the effort to learn the content, but from elementary school up to my senior year of high school, I was a constant C student. I was fine and never the problem student, but I wasn't achieving academically, and that bothered me for a long time. As I grew older into the later years of my middle and high school career, more aware of the world around me, I started to gain confidence in my abilities. No, I was not academically strong, but I had strong social skills, and my awareness of how things worked and problem-solving skills showed themselves to me. The answer had cleared itself in some ways, but deepened in others. I knew college was absolutely not the right route for me. Yay, no more school. But then I thought, oh shit, I have to figure out what I'm gonna do if I don't go to college. This set me on the path to helicopters, but the road was confusing. It started with the military. I wanted to be a pararescueman. There's nothing more badass than running into an active combat zone, shooting some bad guys, and saving your fallen brothers. But honestly, I didn't feel I was cut out for the job. I knew I was mentally strong, but I was self-aware enough to know that pararescue was beyond my capabilities. What is kinda like that, but not? Coast Guard rescue swimmer. I get to be in the helicopter and save lives and do some crazy rescue missions. I really fell for this idea until I was on YouTube and watched some of the training videos. Swimming back and forth under the water for 2 laps, taking no breaths. Bobbing up and down with your hands and feet bound together in a 10-foot deep pool. Practicing rescuing combative victims who try to drown you to save themselves. Again, I had the self-awareness to know I wasn't cut out for it. Damn, what now? If it's not the pararescueman or the rescue swimmer, what is kinda like that but even cooler? The pilot of the helicopter. I got it. I figured it out. I still had doubts about my intelligence, but by the time I had come to this point, I knew my strengths. I had realized that how school qualifies intelligence is wrong, and I was far smarter than some of the peers I had felt dumber than a decade prior. A pilot it is. But then I found out about girls, and I found one I really liked. My newfound job was completely forgotten about for years. I spent the final 2 years of my high school days working as a server, which in high school is a great job. Relatively low skill level, great compensation for a 17-year-old, and easy money. I woke up at 19 in a city far from home, working as a server, surrounded by great people, but these people were 40, 45, 50, 53, 54, 55, 60. They were 3 times my age. Is this the path I'm on? Will I be in my 40s working as a server? This traumatic thought shifted me into high gear, and I was on one of the pivotal shifts of my life. Along your life, you have a couple different profound and pivotal life redirections. I had heard this from people far more wise and far more senior than me. You, your soul, your heart, your mind switch to a completely different course and direction. You are a new person, with experiences and knowledge from the previous road you were on, but now unrecognizable, unable to return to that prior self. This may sound like a religious experience, and maybe it was, but it changed me. Well, here I was, 19. I had just had my first pivotal shift. This set a fire in me to get out of that relationship, find what was next for me, and take a hold of my future. Over the next few months, my mindset shifted. I was on a truly uncontrollable quest. I was not the captain of the ship for those months. Maybe it was the universe redirecting me, or God pulling my hand to get me on the right track, but I found myself looking for helicopter flight schools and applying. From when I had the profound redirection and shift, to me applying for flight schools was a very fast process. I feel sorry for my ex, who must have been bewildered and baffled to watch me change and get so focused on a different life without her in it. The whole process truly fell out of my hands, and I was just along for the ride. This hurt. To leave what I had built with her, leave the job which I had grown into and was very comfortable at, and stare down a life and new existence that I wouldn't have even comprehended a few months prior, it hurt. What hurt more was picturing myself at 75, on my lazy boy, at home, asking myself, why didn't you do it?